You got the touch. You got the power. Yeah!
Hello everyone, Review Guy 95 back again, and today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Age of Extinction. It came out last night. It stars Mark Wahlberg, Kelsey Grammer, and Stanley Tucci. And it's about this mechanic played by Mark Wahlberg, and he's got a daughter who's trying to get into college, and they really don't have enough money to provide for her college and all that. So he finds this old beaten down truck and figures out that it's a transformer. He hooks it up to a new battery, and it starts, calling all Autobots, and yeah, and then the whole government shows up at his house. Of course, you've seen that from the trailer. And, I'm going to ask you one more time, where's Optimus Prime? Like that, and all that fun stuff. And Mark Wahlberg pretty much gets himself into a pickle because Optimus Prime breaks out of the barn, and they drive away, and there's this big robot named Lockdown he isn't on the Autobots or Decepticons side. He just stands alone for himself, and he's looking for this thing called the Seed or something like that. And Stanley Tucci plays this government dude along with Kelsey Grammer, and they built their own robots and their own company and to replace the Autobots. And this takes a year or so. I don't know how long it is after Chicago, because when Mark Wahlberg's driving home, you see the sign that says "Remembering Chicago," and so yeah, this takes place after the third film, of course, and that's pretty much the whole storyline. So they're trying to run away from the government and the CIA and all that fun stuff, and then Lockdown is there, and there's just another Transformer. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but he's from the original cartoon, which they just left it wide open for a fifth movie, putting him in it. So there's that. So overall, what did I think of Transformers Age of Extinction? If you guys haven't seen my review of the first, second, third film, go check it out. I'll put the links in the description box below for all three of those videos. I don't know how accurate they are to today's standards, considering that was 2 years ago. But I got pretty pissed off at the second and third film, I'm not going to lie. And I'm usually a calm person. I don't get upset about stuff. But God, I'm going to get pissed off today. So if you don't like language, turn the video off, because I'm probably going to spit some words here that you're not gonna like to hear. So yeah, here we go. Transformers Age of Extinction. I didn't like it at all. It's the typical Michael Bay shit. I mean, you go into it and you might expect something good. I wasn't expecting much. I mean, I really wasn't. I'm like, well, if it'll at least be entertaining and I can turn my brain off and just munch on popcorn, but it wasn't. This film was not entertaining whatsoever. It was just a boring film, running at a 2 hour and 45 minute freaking time. Whew! The runtime was ridiculous for this film. It was pretty much 3 hours. You had the freaking 20-minute previews. And God, I was just sitting there thinking, can I go back home and watch Wolf of Wall Street or take like a 3 hour nap? Oh, good grief. That was one of the worst parts of the whole film, was it being 3 hours and almost 3 hours. And God, the acting is god awful. Holy shit, it's terrible. Mark Wahlberg is the best part about the acting. His daughter, I can't think of her name. She is super hot. Freaking Michael Bay is so perverted. I swear he gets worse and worse with each film. He just picks like the youngest girls to freaking like put in short shorts and show their ass and zoom in on their ass. This girl is like 3 months older than me. I'm like, wow, Michael Bay, congratulations, fucking pervert. It's nice to see though. That was like one of the best parts about the whole freaking movie. And that's sad when you're saying one of the best parts about the movie is a hot girl. and it pretty much is. Her acting wasn't bad. Freaking, I could actually tolerate her, unlike Megan Fox in some scenes in the past films. And yeah, that's that. The acting is just shit. I mean, he even turned Stanley Tucci into a bad actor, and that guy is awesome in anything he's in usually. Kelsey Grammer did an okay job. He was kind of this big bad guy, and some scenes he sounded just like Optimus Prime. It was one of the weirdest things ever. I'm just like, okay. But yeah, the acting is terrible. Mark Wahlberg did a good job, I thought, with what he had, if that says anything. Other than that, the dialogue was shit. She has a boyfriend, his daughter does, and God, he was terrible. His nickname's Lucky Charms. I don't know why the fuck they call him that. He's like Irish or something. And I hated him in this film. I mean, he pissed me off so much. I mean, he was just there. He almost felt like a filler character. He was like there to be like kind of the Sam Witwicky. And I'm like, if you're going to do that, yeah, Shia LaBeouf would probably be more of a main character, but if you're going to do like a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, just put him in the Victoria's Secret model back in there, or just put him, just freaking meeting up with his daughter, and then like, oh, Mark Wahlberg and Shia LaBeouf, hey, or something like that, that would have made more sense. I mean, instead of throwing in a filler character, I would have rather seen Shia LaBeouf be like, Optimus 25 million times and freaking see this guy on screen. Holy shit, he was freaking awful. The action is the same shit we've seen the past 3 films. He tries to make it bigger and better. The explosions are awful. It is constant in this movie. I shit you not. If there was another fucking slow motion scene, I thought I was going to freaking rip my face off. Oh my god, the slow motion scenes pissed me off so much. If I want to see slow motion scenes, I'll sit here at my freaking desk and watch a trailer for The Matrix. I don't want to freaking see this in like new generation stuff. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like freaking 15 years ago when The Matrix came out. So that pissed me off a lot. The slow motion just kept going. The explosions was enough to make up for all the other 3 films. Good God, the guy needs to be... The guy freaking... This was like watching a 4th of July film. Whew! Freaking, they need to just put him on like fireworks or something. Or some shit like that. Because this was ridiculous. Just constant explosions. And I didn't expect much from this movie, and I didn't get much at all, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it is kind of disappointing. I wanted a fantastic Transformers movie, but Bay just keeps fucking us in the ass. I don't think that's ever going to freaking stop with these movies, and I hate that I shelled out $10 to see this film, and I feel sorry for whoever shelled out $14 to see it in 3D. So, yeah, this movie, in the main problem with this, and I thought that Babe would get the fucking hint by now, the main problem with these movies is they focus too much on the human aspect of the, in the film. My friend says that you can't have it from source material. I say you can. I beg to differ with that. I think that he could make an awesome Transformers movie that's based off the cartoon, because there's one scene where Optimus is talking, or Optimus gets captured by Lockdown. This really isn't a spoiler. Optimus gets captured by Lockdown, and there's this full at least 2 to 3 minute scene of just Lockdown talking to Optimus in his ship. I'm like, why can't they have something like that on Cybertron? A movie like that on Cybertron. That would have been the coolest thing ever, because I was interested in Lockdown's character. I didn't give a shit about the humans. You don't care if they die. I mean, you really don't. And that's the problem with all Michael Bay films. It's like a pattern in all Transformers movies. I don't give a shit if, the human characters die. You never do. The first one is the only movie that you really feel like, okay, I don't want Josh Denham and his soldiers to die, or I don't want, Megan Fox or Shia LaBeouf to die. I actually care about their characters. But after that, you give 2 shits less, because in the second one, they annoy the fuck out of you, and that's what Michael Bay does. He just picks it apart every single time, just to annoy you even more. And that's what makes me mad so much. I'm just like, please, can you not just make a fantastic Transformers movie? I love the first one. I really do, because, I mean, it was popcorn, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it when I was younger. But now, I still enjoy it, but I'm just like, it's not a great Transformers movie like we've been waiting for. I think it's a good Transformers movie, but it's not a great Transformers film. Oh God, it just annoyed me. I mean, it really did. And just Mark Wahlberg, I like a lot. I think he's a good actor. Freaking, I don't have any problems with him at all. But I can't believe they messed up freaking Stanley Tucci and stuff like that, because he did his best, his damnedest, to make him into like a John Turturro type. And holy shit, freaking, it came close to being as bad. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't like it. I didn't like this film. I really didn't. I mean, it left me with the sour taste in my mouth. The ending, they make the ending look so badass, because they're wanting everybody to get excited for the fifth one, because we know what's going to happen. You already know. And the other thing that pisses me off, too, is they go to Chicago, and, oh my God, they go to Chicago after the Texas attack by the government, and they're there, and then they have a fight there against the lockdown robot, and I was just pissed off. I'm like, this is the third film all over again. And then they had another one where they were fighting in Japan, and if I remember correctly, in the second film it started out in Japan. So I'm like, is he just like retracing his tracks? Is he just like going over his tracks and doing the same shit, just with different styles and different technology? It was really annoying. And the CGI, speaking of technology, was shit. Oh my God, some of the CGI was absolutely terrible. That car chase scene, that one scene where it lands, just look at it. It looks like fucking Need for Speed Most Wanted on PlayStation 2. That shit was awful. And then some of the other stuff, just them transforming and stuff, just looked really shitty. Oh, I mean, they made Transformers 1 look like freaking Edge of Tomorrow. I mean, that's how good the CGI, how bad the CGI was in this film. So, yeah, they're just not relatable characters. I don't relate to Mark Wahlberg's character. I don't give a shit, I mean, I like him. I like that he wasn't useless. He wasn't screaming like a freaking girl all the time. I like that he actually picked up a gun, which the gun looks stupid in this film. It's like a fucking sword. So I'm like, wow, that's really awesome. But not really. But, I mean, that was just dumb in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I'm probably ranting and bashing this movie to hell, but, I mean, I wasn't expecting much, and I really didn't get much. So why am I even griping? Because I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of Bay just screwing everybody over. And I know kids enjoy this movie because, I mean, the younger audience is going to enjoy this movie. But when you have Stanley Tucci say fuck in a freaking PG-13 film, I mean, he's always like, well, I think everybody can relate to it. I remember watching an interview with him. I think it was in the first film, Special Features, Blu-ray or something. I remember him saying, well, I'm just trying to make a film that everybody can relate to, parents and kids alike. Okay, girls at 21 years old with short shorts on and a shirt that doesn't go past their belly button is for kids leaning over a car, zooming in on their ass and abs and everything else. Yeah, that's really kid stuff. Yeah. The first one is really not for kids. I mean, yeah, the visual effects may be for kids, but I mean, the humor is probably for kids. Holy shit, he freaking brought it back in this one a little bit. Some of the lines were terrible in this movie, just trying to be funny. The crowd was silent. You could hear a pin drop in my theater. There was only one funny scene that I actually laughed my ass off at. Now, I'm not going to spoil it if you go see it, but it's Stanley Tucci. It involves Stanley Tucci, and they're in Japan, and it has a couple of old people in it. And what he says freaking made me laugh my ass off. But that was the only time I laughed throughout the whole movie. I chuckled at a couple of what Mark Wahlberg said, but the stupid camera angles are back where it zooms in under them, and it's just like this big scale of this monstrosity of just epicness. It's just that annoyed the piss out of me. It was almost laughable, and the part where the guy falls out the window, good God, those special effects were terrible. You could tell it looked like he was falling from a freaking green screen or something. That was just god awful. And God, Dread looked better than that when freaking Lena Headey falls out the window. Whew. But yeah, that's Transformers: Age of Extinction, guys. I think I've pretty much ranted all I'm going to rant. My phone's blowing up with Facebook messages right now. But other than that, what did you guys think of Transformers: Age of Extinction? My full thoughts on it, you just got them. I did not enjoy this movie. I don't know if it's as bad as Revenge of the Fallen. I'd have to go back and watch Revenge of the Fallen, but I will tell you this, I enjoyed Revenge of the Fallen a lot more. I'm not going to lie. When I saw it in theaters, I loved it, and then after a while, I didn't like it at all, and I just enjoyed it. This movie, you know, at least that movie was enjoyable to watch. This movie just was boring to me. God, it had so many scenes that was just boring. Like, boring as shit. Like, just, oh my, and the runtime, it was just like, please make it stop. You know, it's just like, I was so bored with this movie. I didn't fall asleep through it like I did the third film, but holy God, I was just like, whew. That's why I went and saw the third one twice. I had to go see it twice because I fell asleep like freaking, like 20 minutes of it, and the first time I saw it with one of my other friends. But, don't go see it. Don't waste your money. You probably will. I mean, if you're a diehard Transformers fan, you'll go see it like I did, and you'll blow your money and wishing you had $10 back to go get something to eat or freaking buy a $7.99 Blu-ray or something. But that's it, guys. That's all I think about that. I am the Review Guy 95. Hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a comment. If you want more rants on terrible movies, just let me know, because I like doing this. It's pretty fun. And that's pretty much it. Transformers: Age of Extinction. Have you guys seen it? And yeah, I am going to give Transformers: Age of Extinction 1.5 stars out of 5. I thought it was really shitty. Maybe even a 1 star. I don't know. But yeah. Other than Mark Wahlberg being in it, and there's this one scene. There's this one scene. It's not a spoiler, don't worry. There's this one scene before he gets gridlock where he pulls a sword out. Optimus does. It starts playing the da da na 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 da na 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 na. The Arrival to Earth song from the original soundtrack. And I'm like, that was like 2 hours and 20 minutes into the film. And I'm like, okay, if you could just take the other 2 hours and 20 minutes that was shit and completely just flip it around and make it good, that would have been perfect, because I loved that scene with the whole soundtrack and just the score and everything. That was awesome. But yeah, it was like a minute long, maybe not even that long. So yeah, Mark Wahlberg being in it, that scene, and the hot-ass chick, that's pretty much it. That's the only thing that I enjoyed about this whole movie. I will talk to you guys later. The touch.
You get the power.
So yeah!
Yeah!